You will not understand everything that God does. A lot of us are very hesitant to follow God's plans. And majority of the time, it's because God's plan doesn't make sense. When we look at the instructions that God gave us, we don't understand how taking this step is going to work out. We don't understand how this piece is going to make everything fall together. And because we do not understand why God wants us to do it, because we do not understand how this is going to work, we decide to be disobedient. We decide to create our own plans. We decide to do things that make sense to us, and we decide to procrastinate and drag our feet on the things that God told us to do. But we have to understand that God's thoughts are different than our thoughts. And if his thoughts are different than ours, then we have to ask ourselves, why do we always expect to understand what he's doing? Why do we always expect to understand his thought process? Why do we always expect for every single thing that he tells us to do to make sense to us? It's not supposed to. Because if our thought process was the same as God's, if we could understand every single thing that God is doing, every single move that God is making, then what would be the purpose of following God? What would be the purpose of listening to God? What would be the purpose of having faith? Isn't faith moving blindly? Isn't faith moving with uncertainty? Isn't faith moving without knowing the end result? That is the whole purpose of faith. So if we understood everything, if we were 100% confident that what God is saying to us is going to work out, that what God is saying to us is going to make sense, then why would we need to seek him, and why would we need to have faith? You are not meant to understand everything that God is doing. And your disobedience, your urge to follow your own way, your urge to do your own plans is the same reason why you keep remaining stuck. It's the same reason why you are so miserable. It's the same reason why things never work out for you. It's the same reason why you are never satisfied. God is saying you have to surrender to me. And surrendering is not just surrendering your plan. It's surrendering your mind. It's surrendering your opinion. It's surrendering what you think is best. It's surrendering how you think things will work out. You have to surrender every single part of you to fully follow what God is saying to do. So I want you to make a decision today. Are you going to continue to disobey God because you don't understand what he's telling you to do? Or are you going to surrender your thoughts, your opinions, and what you think is best to fully follow and trust God no matter if it makes sense or not? Put in the comment section what you're going to do. And if you need more tips and resources to help you on your journey, make sure that you follow me, and also check out my podcast on episode 131. We discussed how we are not meant to understand everything that God is doing. And so if you are interested in checking out my podcast, click the first